Curtis Lazar to the New Jersey Devils organization, who we acquired earlier today for a fourth-round pick in 2024. As a reminder, please send me a note for any questions, and we will call upon you based on the order in the queue. We'll start off with Amanda Stein, NewJerseyDevils.com. Go ahead, Amanda.
Hey, Curtis, how you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I know it's only been maybe an hour or so, but I'm wondering what goes through a player or person's head when in an instant you move from the bottom end of a standings to the top end, knowing how competitive everybody is.
Yeah, it's pretty different. I mean, your mindset kind of switches pretty quickly. It's funny, I went through this previously with Buffalo going to Boston. It was kind of a similar thing. But it does wonders just for your overall well-being. You're a little more pep in your step. You wake up, you're just excited, and that's kind of where I'm at now. Is I can't wait to meet the guys. Get used to their systems and whatnot, and then just start playing. I want to win, and there's no better place to do so.
I'm wondering from the outside perspective, from your perspective, people been saying about who New Jersey is, what they've built, and what essentially now you are joining?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing with them, they're a young team that is on the rise in such a fashion that it's kind of where everyone's just like, whoa, like these guys are good. The pace they play at's incredible. They're so creative on the offensive side as well, but also their defensive structure is so solid, and that's kind of the area that I'm hoping I'm able to help out and just lock things down in our own end and then let those creative guys just go to work. Inject some energy here and there and whatnot. But I know this team, they are where they are in the standings for a reason. So I don't want to, mess around too much, just kind of fit in where I need to be.
And do you enjoy that part of your job, sort of being that, reliable type of guy, filling in that type of role? You've got a bit of grit in your game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been my career. I was a first round pick way back in the day who had, offensive potential, I guess. And that kind of didn't come true. So, to stay in the league, I had to find something that I was good at. And that's, being strong defensively, killing penalties, taking faceoffs, and just kind of getting that, rhythm of kind of, the momentum swings. What can I do to change the flow of a game and just kind of be a good teammate? So that's the area that I love in the role that I am. And I wouldn't change it for anything, really.
You mentioned kids' toys. I'm just wondering what you have kids, family, and what is sort of everyone's reaction in your household?
Yeah, so I got my wife. We have our son Owen, so he's 2 next month, and we're expecting another boy in June as well. So
that's exciting. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. So a lot of moving parts, and again, you never know what the deadline is. It's my 3rd time moving on this day. So you just leave your phone on, and as soon as it rang, I just looked to my wife and said, "We're traded." And I grabbed the pen and paper, and as soon as I start writing New Jersey, and she was jumping around. She's very happy. We have some, guys off the team that we know of and we're familiar with. So she's excited for that chapter as well.
That was going to be my last question. How familiar are you with some of the guys, maybe coach it, whatever it is that you know?
Yeah, I mean, you start with the coaches. Like, Chris Taylor was a big part of my development in Rochester. I owe a lot of my rejuvenating of my career to him. And there's still some stuff that I do to this day that, he kind of introduced me in. From a team standpoint, I mean, it's going to be hard to try and think. I mean, I trained with Damon Severson in the summer.
There you go.
Eric Holla, that's,
Austin.
I think, our best friends. Yeah, so they were crying happy tears this morning. Played with Dougie Hamilton in Calgary.
You've got lots of connections.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So, and ultimately, I mean, played with Quinn here, so now I get to know Jack. So get some more dirt on the whole Hughes family would be fun as well.
Thanks so much. Looking forward to meeting you when you're in town.
Thanks. See you soon.
Thank you, Amanda. Our next question will go to Ryan Novozinski of NJ.com.
Hey, Curtis. How you doing, man? Chris, have you been sort of let in on any of the plan, or are you planning on flying out during this road trip?
Yeah, I mean, I think the hope initially was for me to get down to Arizona. Obviously, immigration and visa stuff right now is the hardest part. So hopefully that will go smoothly. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'd say latest I'll be back in New Jersey early next week.
Yeah, and also, walk me through some of those training sessions with Severson this summer. How are those? And you got to be excited to join some of your buddies back in Jersey, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You realize pretty quick that the hockey world's so small, and I'm in my 9th year now, so I seem to know guys off every team, and you kind of hear tidbits here and there. So talking to Damon over the summer, it's pretty cool just hearing about it's the uprising of the Devils, and how much fun it is to play there, and the team that they have. So now getting a chance to be part of it. I mean, the transition is going to be easier with the familiar faces, but also just the team they have. It's exciting. It's a great time. With 20 some games left here for the season, then we start playing for keeps. So I'm excited to be in that conversation and contribute.
And obviously, last one for me. The situation in Vancouver this year has been pretty hectic. Coaching situation and just out of the playoffs in general. How does it feel for you to wake up today not thinking that you were in the playoff picture? Now you kind of are.
Yeah, it's like I said. I mean, you feel a lot lighter on your feet, a little more jump in your step, and it's exciting. But like you said, I mean, it was a lot of tough sledding this year in Vancouver. It's a great group of guys, great coaching staff, in a great city. I just wish I could have done more here, but business is what it is, and that's my conversation with Patrick Alvin is changes have to be made, and I could have ended up in a better place. So I'm thrilled to be a Devil, and I can't wait to get started.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Next question go to James Nichols of the fourth period.
Hey, Curtis. Welcome to New Jersey.
Thank you.
So a couple days ago, Tom Fitzgerald was talking about how he wanted to bolster his lineup with a little bit of muscle. You come in as already the leading hit collector of the New Jersey Devils. How do you feel that fits in the Devils lineup?
Yeah, I mean it's a piece of the puzzle, but the thing with the Devils, the way they play so fast. A lot of times they have the puck, so there's not really a need to be throwing that weight around. I think I'm the type of guy that you pick and choose your spots here and there. Hopefully, I can pick up that system and keep up with the guys as best I can. But there's a time and a place, especially when you get into the playoffs. I mean, there's momentum swings, and physicality is a part of the game. That's something that I pride myself in. I'm not going to go out there chasing around for it. I'm not a heavyweight by any means or whatnot, but you just kind of play that hard-nosed style, be good on the forecheck and whatnot. So again, I mean, there's an area that they wanted to address. I guess that was the answer, and I'm going to do my best to fulfill that.
And last one here I got for you. You mentioned that you played with Eric Howell last year, and a couple of the guys. Has anybody reached out to you or already said anything about joining the Devils?
Yeah, a couple guys. I mean, I've talked to Dougie and Eric pretty quick here, but I mean, they got a game tonight as well, so I can let them do their thing and prepare for a tough battle down there. But like I said, it's such a whirlwind here, and I'm still, I guess, they got a couple hours until the deadline, so a lot of moving pieces, a lot of guys on the edge of their seats. So I'm excited to get some of the guys, especially in person. That's when it really is going to sink in.
Thanks, Curtis. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Thanks, James. Our next question will go to Matt Laughlin at Devils Hockey Network.
Curtis, you mentioned Chris Taylor a moment ago, and you said he helped resurrect your career. I'm just wondering what he did to help that, and where you were then, and where he helped lead you to.
Yeah, my career past one of so I'm in my 9th year pro now. Played first, I guess, 2.5 seasons in the NHL, went down to the American League after that. Then found my way back to the NHL. And I spent a full season down in the American League in Stockton. That was just kind of allowed me to work on my game, find myself, ended up in Buffalo. And that's when I connected with Tails down there. And I was in a pretty good mindset there, but what he got out of me was just kind of never be content. Every day is an opportunity to work on yourself, to improve your game. And that really helped me. And there's one thing that actually, it's funny, I was kind of thinking about it yesterday. He was talking about something, and I kind of said something back to him, and he looked at me and said, he goes, "You know what, Curtis?" He goes, "You need to understand that, you always have something to say. Sometimes it's better just to listen." And again, I'm not a confrontational person by all means. I'm always here for the right reasons, team first. But that really stuck with me, knowing that you can get more out of listening, and even my opinion sometimes can just be put behind me. And that's big. And I do a little thing in the pregame skate, that's a little skating drill that he kind of introduced me to get my feet moving and whatnot. So I've spoken with him already. I'm thrilled because he's a great person and a great coach, and I can't wait to work with him, the whole staff as well. I think they're going to complement the systems the Devils play, are going to complement my style a lot.
Thanks for sharing that, and look forward to meeting you whenever you arrive.
Thanks. See you soon.
Thank you, Maddie. Our next question will go to Dennis Gorman of the Associated Press.
Hey, Curtis. Welcome to New Jersey. How are you doing today?
Been a pretty busy day, but I'm doing good.
A little bit. I apologize if this has already been asked, but have you heard from Tom and Lindy about what they expect your role to be?
Yeah, again, I mean, I don't think it's going to be too much. I mean, like I am what I am. That's the forechecker. Hard on pucks. I think the question right now, which I haven't got an answer on, is it going to be center? Is it going to be wing? Those are both. I can place down the middle, or I can play on the right side. Those are both things that's I'm comfortable with. Taking faceoffs, killing penalties. That's kind of that's what I am. So it's up to them to kind of use me where need be. Obviously, this team, like I said, has got good mojo going. I don't want to disrupt things too much, but I'm sure they have a plan in place. And like I said, I'm here to win. So whatever they want, whatever they need, I'm going to do it.
Along those lines of winning, I know you talked to Ryan earlier about kind of jumping up in the standings a little bit with this trade. Have you thought about how exciting it's going to be playing in playoffs and having the potential to go really deep?
Absolutely. And I mean, you can see the excitement as well. I mean, we were out there, I guess, just after the bye week, and the building was rocking there. It was so loud. People are so passionate. You kind of get that excitement of, the Devils are something special. Now you see these other moves that have, happened, mainly in the Eastern Conference. And then like, okay, it's going to be a lot of fun to see how it all plays out. And we're definitely no slouch in this mix. So it's motivating. As a player, you want nothing more than to play these games for real and for keeps. And we're going to get that chance pretty soon. So we'll continue to trend in the right direction and let's go from there.
And last one for me, you talked about all the movement that's gone on this week, and I guess going back a couple of weeks now. Is that surprising to you, the number of names and that have moved places between now and a couple of weeks back?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that time of year, but I feel like every year there's so much talk, and then the actual activity is very very small. Whereas this year, I feel like it was the opposite. There wasn't much talk because due to the cap restraints and restrictions and all that, like everyone was pretty tied up. But here we are with teams just kind of managing, trying to improve, adding, subtracting, you name it. It's all been happening. So exciting from a league standpoint, but I think it just shows that teams are ready to take those next steps and kind of put their chips all in. So we'll see what happens, because some of these moves are going to be put to the test.
Great. Thank you so much. Look forward to meeting you soon.
Thanks. See you soon.
Thank you, Dennis. Our next question will go to Catherine Bogart at NewJerseyDevils.com.
Hey, Curtis, welcome to the Devils. First off, when I know you've discussed about the excitement of knowing you're going to the playoffs with the Devils this year, but what experience can you bring from playing in the playoffs with Boston and with Ottawa in the past for a team that hasn't been back since 2018?
Yeah, that's where I guess I'm kind of that veteran presence, so to say, for some of the guys that haven't experienced it. It's a completely different beast in itself. It's hard to describe it, because until you actually get into a game, then that's when you kind of realize, you sit back and be like, holy cow, this is hockey. Every puck battle is magnified. Every face off, every pass, everything just has so much on the line, and it really comes down to between the years, that mental capacity of what can you do with that pressure, the situation, and what can you do with it. But the highs and lows, I mean, you win a game and you're on cloud nine, you think it's your year. You lose a game, you think you're going to get eliminated pretty quick, and just keep that even keel. And that's where your dressing room gets tested as well. How close are you guys? Can you rely on each other to do the job and all that? But I mean, that's the beauty of sport. That's the beauty of the NHL. What makes it one of the hardest trophies to win. So I'll try and shed some light on that. But like I said, I mean, this team's been doing their thing. It's just a matter of continuing that and up in the stakes when the time comes.
And great to hear that insight. It's really, truly such a special experience. And when you look at just your ability to win faceoffs, that's such a specialized part of the game. How were you able to get to a point where you feel comfortable saying to a new team, like, if you need me to win a faceoff, whether it's on the penalty kill or late in a game, I feel confident to do that?
Yeah, again, that's the face-off. There's a skill involved, but a lot of it just comes down to who wants it more. And that might sound cliche to say, but that's just how it is. I mean, there's little, techniques and whatnot. I always try and learn from as many guys as I can around the league. The whole lefty righty thing is a big part of it. And one of the guys actually I've studied quite a bit is McLeod there in New Jersey. I don't think he lost a draw when he played against us. And just kind of what he does to make himself successful as a right-handed shot. And that's something that I want to learn. I want to pick his brain about and kind of see, because there is such advantage of starting with the puck. So again, you're not going to win them all, but you can do your best to win them. It goes a long ways.
Well, we look forward to those battles in practice between you two. Thanks so much, Curtis.
Thanks.
Thank you, Catherine. Our last question will go to Trey Matthews, Locked On Devils.
Thank you. Curtis, how would you describe your game to people who might be unfamiliar with your certain play style? So what can Devils fans expect from you night in and night out? I know you touched on it with Amanda Stein briefly, but I wanted to see if you can go into a little bit more detail.
Yeah, I mean, it's effort based. I'm going to give it my all on the ice. It's not always me the prettiest. North-south style, getting pucks in behind their D, good on the forecheck. Just kind of, I take a lot of pride in those character stats. Like I said, the contact, the block shots, the face-offs, kind of do whatever it takes to help get that team, across the finish line. You're not always going to get credit for the grunt work, I guess, but it goes a long way. So, I just be hard to play against. I do feel like I can play a shutdown role. I can play that energy role. I can move around. So that versatility, I think, is a big part that always does make me an attractive option to teams. But, whatever's asking me, I'm going to do it. But other than that, I mean, don't expect too much creativity. Just meat and potatoes hockey.
My final question is, I asked this to Timo Meier when we spoke to him a couple of days ago, but what are some of your goals to finish off the rest of the season? You touched on the playoffs, and how much potential does this team have now that you're added to the roster? Because Tom Fitzgerald, like James alluded to moments ago, said he wanted to add more grit to it. Yeah, well, I mean, you look at the team and the boost of confidence that management's given to bringing in Timo and guys like that. I mean, it does wonders for your team. I mean, I can't truly say what this team likes. I mean, I got to be around them first. I got to see what the dynamic is and what the way that they play. I think it's a group that cares about winning, that buys into doing the right things on a daily basis. So I'm gonna just hop on board and be another piece of the puzzle. But ultimately, I mean, when those playoffs start, it's like you said, there's so many ups and downs in betweens that everything can change. So it's ever stronger mentally. But I'm a guy that has a lot of fun too. You'll see I play with a smile on my face. So I hope that we understand that don't get bigger than the moment. Just enjoy the ride and leave it all on the ice.